All right, number 9, it says a ball is thrown in the air from the top of a building. Okay, so let me sketch. Here is the building and here is the ball. Assuming that the person holding the ball, their height is insignificant compared to the building height. So I'm gonna ignore the height of the person. The ball is thrown from the top of a building, so it's gonna be thrown in this path, which as you can see, it's a parabola upside down. Its height in meters above the ground as a function of time in seconds. It is given by h of x, h of t. This is a t, by the way. H of t equals to negative 16t squared plus 56t plus 30. So t represents the time in seconds. H represents the height in meters. How high is the building? Explain how you know this. Okay? How did you?
The constant.
Mm-hmm. It is the constant, but how do you find out? The t at the time is what? The time is at the when the ball is at the top of the building. What is the time at that point? 0. That's right. So the time is 0 when the ball is resting in the hands of the person standing on that building, assuming that there is a person there, but the height of the person is insignificant compared to the height of the building. So by plugging that, you're gonna get the height is equal to height t equals to negative 16 times 0 squared plus 56 times 0 plus 30, which will give you h is equal to 30 meters. Okay, so the height of the building is 30 meters. Is that step clear? So it all depends on the timing. The time when the ball is resting at the top of the building is 0. So we plug t is 0, we get the height of the building is 30. The second part of the question says, how many seconds does it take to reach maximum height? How can we find out? Maximum reminds you of what? Vertex, that's right. So H and K vertex. Based on this function, look at this function now. What does H represent? Does it represent the time or does it represent the height? Wait a minute. H is the independent variable. Time. H is always this variable that is used in the function. We're good? So H is always the variable that is used in the function. In this case, the variable that is used is the time. What is the K? The K is the output. So the K is the height. Okay? Very important to determine which one is which. We need to only focus on the time, finding the H part of the vertex. So far, we don't need the K part of the vertex. We only need the H part of the vertex, right? Because we need the time. So the highest point here is the vertex, and that point is time and height. How do we know? Always, the first component is basically the one that replaces the x, and the one that replaces the y is the k. You can put x and y like that. And then the x of the function, the independent variable of the function, is the independent variable of the function, which is the t in this case. So you can remove the t and replace it with x. You can remove the h of t, replace it with y, right? So you can remove this h and you can replace it with y. Now you can see that x is the same as t and y is the same as h. So if it helps in your mind, you can rewrite it as y equals, if it helps, you can rewrite the equation as y equals negative 16x squared plus 56x plus 30. If that helps better, you can rewrite it like that. You see the connection? Okay. Now we worry about the time. So how do we find h? We know that h is negative b over 2a. What is a in this equation?
16.
A is negative 16. What is b? 56. What is C?
30.
30. Okay, so we're gonna plug in the numbers. So it's gonna be negative 56 over 2 times negative 16. So it's gonna give me a positive number, and I don't know what that is. I think it's 3 seconds or 2.5 seconds. I don't remember. I can tell you what it is. It is 1.75. 1.75. So if you do the math, it's gonna be 1.75 seconds. Don't forget the units. Okay, so we need 1.75 seconds to reach maximum height. What is the maximum height? What do we do here?
Plug it into your equation.
Yeah, we're gonna compute the K part of the vertex. So we're gonna compute the K part of the vertex. That is the maximum height. Okay, so now we're gonna plug it in. So it's going to be negative 16 times 1.75 squared plus 56 times 1.75 plus 30. And the final answer will be approximately 79 feet. So this is the K, and this is the H.